Hello, guys. It's been such a long time since I have come back to chess and, made another video on this channel. And I'm also continuing on that fact. I'm very sorry for not continuing our series that I've mentioned before. And I also forgot a lot of other series that I have promised on putting up on YouTube. Some of the series may be puzzles and obviously Blitz, Rapid, and some other kind of other normal gameplay. But continuing on, the first thing I'm gonna do is continue my classical series where I keep playing one game and I analyze the game. And I've noticed that most of the games with my 1510 bit become a bit too long for the viewers that watch the channel. So I've made the game a 10-minute game, even though I would prefer that you play 15 or above. So playing with 10 minute is just gonna be more time consuming and it's gonna be a quicker video for you guys that are playing. And most of the time in these videos I'm gonna try to play different kinds of openings. Just to over branch it. And also just play. Explain my thoughts. And for those of you who are new, first of all, please watch the whole video because I would suggest it. Also, if you're not able to watch the entire video, remember you can always come back to it later. And if you do like my content video or you want me to change anything, please tell me in the comments down below. And also, please uh, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll keep bringing you more explainable and good videos. So this is a normal opening. Uh, Basically, what we have done is with the c4, we played in English, coming on with the fianchetto on the king's side. My plan in this case is to simple castle, and since my opponent hasn't taken the center, I might take the center, and this might turn into a d4 opening instead. Um, Taking a bit of time here. So setup is daring me to play d4, but I think I won't do that just because that might give my opponent uh um what is it, an opening advantage where he's in a more comfortable opening than I am, which certainly I wouldn't want. So if you know your opponent, uh and maybe during tournament play, you know your opponent, or you just know what opening your opponent plays for any reason somehow, then it's nice to avoid lines like that. Let's say your opponent. For example, let's say your opponent is a tactical sort of player. Try playing strategically. He might be tipped off, or the opening might not just suit him, and it might give you an opening edge. It might give you because opening is one of the. I mean, it's important, but I won't say the most important, in my opinion. I would say the end game for beginners wouldn't be as suggestive, but the middle game planning and focusing on the middle game would be what I suggest more. But for more intermediate players, I would suggest that you think about the opening advantage as well. So our opponent played knight a6. It's um it's the idea. It's a similar idea. So winning is knight on c5. It's a similar idea to the King's Indian defense. The setup is sort of similar as well, except um, except the pawn structure is a bit different, and that could change everything. That obviously will change everything. Actually, what am I saying? Uh, in this case, I I will grab more space on the queen side because my opponent doesn't seem to be playing there. Okay, queen e1, queen e8. So that will okay. I'll play b4. I know his bishop becomes a bit more active if ever he pushes, but b4 is nice. It's double edged. I gain space in the on the queen side. Okay, so now he played c5. So he doesn't want me to have that space. Makes sense. Um, and also then he can move his knight this way. He can maneuver his knight. So that does make this square more weak. I can play b5 to gain a bit more space, and then I can go for a3, a4. It does look slow, but since there's nothing fast coming on king's side yet, so I think I can go for this. Okay, 97. 92. My bishop is attacking this b7 pawn. And obviously I can come back afterwards on c6. Okay. Rook b8. I go for a4. Uh, Also another idea with b4 was to stop the knight from coming into uh well c5, because c5 is a pretty good outpost square for the knight. If you do not know what an outpost is basically a square where a piece is most active. Well, not necessarily most active, but it can't be attacked by a pawn, opponent's pawn. But in this case, it wouldn't be um outpost. But let's say if I'll explain this later actually. So pawn d5. There's an attack on c4 pawn. Maybe take, take, take. Still, there's two defenders. Maybe knight b3 attacking his weak pawn. He'll take. I'll take. I'll take here. I'll take with his bishop. And I'll take with the knight attacking this pawn. And also sort of like since my knight become more active and we are trading. But the c file becomes then open. I think in this case I'll go here. I'll play a5 a5 too. Okay. I'll take with pawn, and then I can go knight here. Needed, but most likely I'll go knight there. Because my knight attacks his knight, so taking here is impossible until he takes. If he takes, then I play my knight there. Oh, so in this case, my bishop would have a nice outpost square here, since the b pawn can't go back on b7 to attack, because that's not part of chess rules. And his d pawn is already traded, so I can go bishop b5, but bishop c6, bishop d7, knight e4, then take. So I think I'll play knight e4 first. Again, can't take here because he loses the knight. Two attackers, it is one defender. Also, then he can trade, which he does, or he could have moved on this square. But this square wouldn't be as comfortable because I'll just kick him away, and he'll have to go on this square, right? And then after this square, he'll come here. But that's a bit slow. Looking at my plan, it's being completed on the queen side, and this bishop is covering the d8 square, so the rook would be less likely to come there. I mean, he could sack the exchange at this point. He can. And after this, we can. Okay, yeah. So f6 was played to stop my bishop from defending this, and he's gonna play rook d8 now to take my queen away. He has two defenders, so I can't take the pawn. And since if I play knight d6, queen e7, cause if here, then I go bishop, and then he'll have to go to one of these squares anyways. I'll go there, because knight defends this square and this square, so he'll have to come on one of these three. If he comes here, then I can. Oh yeah, also no, I can't go back. It'll trap my piece. Hmm. Hmm. What if I play queen d6? And I say, give me my knight, give me this knight. He can take the bishop, and I take his knight. Does my queen get trapped? I can take here always, and I can come back here always as well. Queen d6. What he just plays? Knight takes. Yeah, let's say he plays knight takes b5. So if queen d6, knight takes b5. If I take back, the point is he takes. But then even then, the equal material stays equalish. So queen d6. What if queen f7? Because in most cases, whenever you're leaving a piece hanging, there's tactics. But in this case, his piece is hanging, using that fact to attack. But the only problem in this case is queen d7. Because if we ever trade, well, if we trade, then I can come back and rook d8 wouldn't be a threat. Yeah. So queen d6, I'll do it. If queen f7, trying to pressurize the pawn and defend knight, then I can play knight takes f6, bishop takes, and if queen takes, then I take the knight. The queen is over defended on this square and this square. I mean overworked. I'm at 50 seconds, so I have to blitz it out. Which time am I taking? 50 seconds. All blitz now. If f, basically if f takes g5, then queen takes c7. Okay, queen c7. Nice tactic. Nice tactic actually. And if knight takes b5 is inserted, then I just take. I can even take back actually, but I want to keep the pawn. No, no, it won't work. I would have to take back. If knight takes b5 is inserted, then a takes or c takes would be played. I think c takes would be played more because I don't want to lose the pawn at that point. The pawn is going to be defended once the queen goes. Then I can play bishop d5 with my fish. Alright. At this point, he can't take. He's overworked. He's overworked right now, so. And if he doesn't do anything, then I'll just take the pawn. And my s pawn is defended by my rook very nicely. Yeah, okay, so he took. If queen takes, rook here. or other rook? Am I trapped? I am not trapped. Because I can always come back. I can always come here. Okay, so that's losing another pawn. He does get the pawn back of this, but I sack, and then I do check, and I bring in his queen. Yeah. He still has the dangerous pass pawn, but I think it's over here. Obviously, it's gonna be a time scramble now. I'm gonna move. Oh, he put himself in a pin. Okay. And he lost another piece. Once you grab a piece and you gotta move it. Because it's kind of hard. Hold on. And he's made it. Oh, I forgot to pre-move. Oh, that was a very close game. That was a lucky win for him. Mm, overall, I think I played well. But in the end, was so voted. It's fine. Oh, Daniel Resench went offline. One of his followers, great player, great guy, one of the best players I know. Actually, really strong player. Well, analyzing blitz games is obviously. Overall, I think where my opponent went wrong was opening up the position too early. Since whenever you're trying to maneuver, I didn't see a goal with this. If you play d5, then it would have made less sense. Like I, I personally think this formation isn't as strong. Let's say this because this one, this formation doesn't have many weaknesses, and it covers the same amount of squares, and it also prevents uh, many of the moves that I would like to play. Let's say I would play b5 now. Trade. Take back with the knight. And then, uh, even then, your pieces look nice. I'm gonna put my knight away next. Bishop here. You can even move your bishop back if you feel like it. You can even go d5. If there's ever a trade, then there's also going to be a light square bishop trade. And then once that's happened, this bishop is going to be superior to this bishop for the game. And I think this would be actually just fine. He can bring his pieces in. And I think leaving uh, he attacked a bit too early. So the maneuver this wasn't complete before he attacked. Um, yeah, he played d5 too quickly. Around, yeah, right here, I think. He should have went for this. The bishop back, and he pushes the pawn. If I play a5, he plays a6. If I take, then he takes, and he's better prepared, so I can't immediately push. And if I don't a6, and I'll have a lot of pressure here. And also, if ever needed, then afterwards, if after I defend, he's gonna attack me again. I'll have to come back, and I'll keep attacking. And even this is actually not that bad because he can have a trade here, or he can just play b6 and a5, and then he can lock the entire queen side down. And afterwards, he can start going for a king side attack. And since this knight is gonna move back, the f pawn comes up, then his formation would look nice. His pawns would be placed on all of the red squares: a5, b6, c5, d6, e5, f5, g6, h7. I'll have a bit more space on the queen side, but he can't break through. And he has more space on the king side, and he can break through. Or I can weaken my position, which obviously is not good. And if I play f5, f4 myself, or he'll play f4, and he'll attack. While he just completely stops my attack. In the this is where I'm gonna stray. I think it's a video. If it wasn't, that would be a bit faster. So everything here was just driblets. And it's complete winter. So maybe there was another way to mate him. Yeah, it was just mate. The just mate, yeah. Playing too fast at this point. Yeah. I missed it. Thank you guys for watching, and come back for more. Please like, please subscribe, and all of the good stuff. If you want anything or you want to say anything, please tell me in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time.